Does your KD look like this, but want to turn your KD into this? Then look no further. Today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys why you keep dying, how to prevent this from happening so you can get your KD much higher. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a fantastic day and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Dominate. If you want to know how to get better at Apex Legends, then welcome to the channel. I post brand new videos every other day to help you guys improve. So yeah, as I said today, I'm going to be telling you guys why you keep dying so we can fix this and get your KD higher. The one thing that I want to stress enough is that Apex Legends is a battle royale game. Battle Royale games includes a lot of RNG, which means random number generator, which basically means sometimes you can't control what happens. You get random loot, random armor, random weapons, random health, this kind of thing. That's all out of your control. And sometimes you may just land and die off rip, and it's totally not your fault. But if you feel like you're landing and you have the right weapons, you're all geared up and you're still dying, then make sure to keep watching this video. One of the biggest things that I see new players do, some of my random teammates do, and it's one of the things that I personally had to fight against, is being too overconfident. Now I get it, this game's been out for 3 years now, people know how to play this game, and even I'll admit too, playing your games, especially in pubs, you kind of just turn autopilot on. You see an enemy, you shoot, you run, you kill them, that's it. But when you're an autopilot, sometimes you don't realize how low you actually are and you carry on pushing. This is one of the big reasons why I see people dying, is actually destroying your KD. You need to realize when you shouldn't push. You don't always have to commit to a fight. Just because you're in a firefight doesn't mean you have to continue it. But when you have autopilot turned on, you start to do a lot of mistakes. One of the big things is overpeaking, which is basically what I was trying to get at before, where you don't realize how low you are and you just continue to push. In this instance, you need to back off, you need to heal and reassess the situation. After you've healed, you still need to get out of this autopilot situation. You need to start readjusting the situation, you need to find new angles. Not only that, you need to start getting info on where the whole team is. There's loads of things that come with turning autopilot off. So just to recap on this one, you need to stop being overconfident. Realize when you're low, realize when your enemies are low. Most importantly, if you start a firefight, you do not have to end it. You can leave, you can dip at any moment in time. You don't have to commit. Another big thing that I see all the time, which people are confused as why they're losing and lowering their KD, is not playing with a team. Apex Legends is a team-based game. Everything around this game is based around teamwork. If you don't have teamwork, if you don't have communication, you're just not going to play well. If you solo queue, then you know the pain of landing, your teammates dying off rip and leaving straight away. With a team, this simply isn't just going to happen. If you're playing with a team, you're going to be more coordinated. You're going to have a lot more communication than you would if you were solo queuing. And the big thing is, if you're playing with a team and you die, you know that you have a second chance. If you're solo queuing and you die, you know it's going to be a 50-50 chance whether you're going to make it or not. With a full team, you know that someone's always got your back and there's always a second chance if you die. If you do heavily solo queue like I used to in the past, you all know the pain of actually having most of the time carrying your teammates. It's a team-based game, you shouldn't have to carry your teammates. Everyone should be pulling their own weight. But solo queuing, this just isn't the case. And then from here, you have to be a more advanced, more skilled player, because then you're going to have to learn how to 1v2, 1v3, how to get out of third-party situations, and start picking the actual right decisions to keep you alive and able to respawn your teammates. If you're more of a casual player, actually trying to raise your KD, then solo queuing is just going to make it even worse. Especially if you're solo queuing, there are some legends which just aren't going to work. Now, if you guys want to see the best legends to be playing if you're solo queuing, then please let me know down in the comments down below and I'll make that. But yeah, there's certain legends that just won't work if you're solo queuing. There's a lot of factors that come with it if you're not working with a team. But to summarize what I just said, if you're solo queuing, that is what is probably destroying your KD. There's no communication, there's no teamwork, there's no nothing. Everyone should be pulling their own weight, but this isn't the case. So to lift up your KD, you want to be playing with a team. Not only that, you want to play with actual good teammates. You want people who know they're going to be pulling their own weight. People who you know can actually win fights and get you up at the same time. One huge thing that I always see with brand new players is, one, they don't know how to utilize movement within Apex, or two, they're overdoing it. Yes, there is a way in Apex Legends to be actually overdoing movement. Apex Legends is a fast-paced game. The game is known for its very, very good movement. Movement tech come in, movement tech goes out, they get nerfed, they get buffed, all these crazy things happen all the time. And for new players, this can be overwhelming. If you're really trying to get better at the game, there's only one big movement that you really need to crack down on, and that's strafing. I see way too many new players trying to bunny hop, trying to punch boost, trying to do touch strafing, trying to wall bounce, trying to do all these crazy new movement techs. But what new players don't really seem to understand is that these don't really help you. These only work for clips. These are flashy, these are meant to be shown as a cool way to kill people. But you don't need to do it. You don't need to be wall bouncing off every single wall that you see. You don't have to be doing 360s. You don't have to be bunny hopping around every corner. So if you're new to the game, I would suggest just cracking down the strafe. Now, if you want to see how to do some of these movements, then I'll throw this video on screen now. This video will be linked in the description down below, and I go over most of the best movement techs within Apex Legends and how to utilize them properly. Now, the final thing I want to touch on in today's video, which will improve your KD in the long run, is be aware of your surroundings. One big thing that I see people do is not actually realizing where they are and where to go from where they are. They need to know where to land, you need to know where to rotate from there. Now, if you want to learn all the Apex Legends maps, then I have the map playlist in the description down below where I go over the best drops and the best rotations for every single map within Apex Legends. So if that's something that interests you, then go down below into the description. Only with the landings and the drops, there's a lot of other things that you need to keep in mind. You need to keep in mind where the ring is coming in. A lot of people do tend to get stuck in the ring. This used to happen to me a lot when I first started playing Apex Legends. You need to be utilizing the minimap too. So a lot of things come with being aware of your surroundings, and that's actually knowing the place that you are in. You need to be knowing where the best high ground is. Apex is a game where sometimes high ground isn't even the best ground. Taking buildings is quite a big part within Apex Legends, especially in higher ranks. Most of the time, two teams take up one building. One team takes the top tier, one team takes the bottom tier. There's a lot of things that come with this. But one of the main things that I would stress is always be looking at the minimap. You want to be knowing when the ring comes in, you want to be knowing how far you got to go, and you also got to know where the nearest rotation is, whether that's a trident, a grav cannon, a rift, something like that. So maybe your aim is really good and you're confused why your KD is just going down and down and down and why you're constantly dying, and that's probably because you're not aware of your surroundings. I can't stress enough, make sure you go into the description down below if you want to learn each and every single Apex Legends map. These videos will really help you as I go over where to land and why you should actually land there. Same with the rotation videos too. When you're trying to be aware of your surroundings, you need to realize where the actual enemy is too. Maybe the enemy is on height. Sometimes it's actually better to actually back off. As I said previously in one of my other tips, don't have to commit to every single fight that you have. But let's say for this instance that there is a team on height. You want to try and back off, try to find an angle where you can actually take shots. And especially if you're on a team, you want to be communicating to them and letting them know where they are. You want to wait until you get someone low, or most likely wait until you get one of them knocked. Then from there, you proceed to push. You use someone like a bloodhound to scan, you see where the other two are. From there, you take height, shoot down on them, and then suddenly they're a man down and you've got the high ground. This goes for loads of things as well. Let's say a team's gatekeeping you got to find a way around that. And that's all comes through from knowing your surroundings and knowing where you actually are and what to do when you're in a sticky situation. That's going to call it today's video, guys. If you found this video helpful and or entertaining, then make sure you go down below and hit that like button. Whilst you're down there, you might as well subscribe, especially to be entered into my next subscriber shout out. Thank you guys so much for 1.2k subs. I can't understand how fast we're reaching 1.3 now. So yeah, thank you guys so much for that. Once again, it's been my pleasure. And until next time, keep dominating Legends. They're camping here, camping on this roof here. Camping on this roof. Give me cracked. Give you solo.
They might get shot over to him as well.
Yeah, cracked one. Cracked another one. Cracked two wraiths.
Still. There's a race down here. She just shielded up. 63. 5-2 crack. Oh my god, this race. 63.
Burning shoes. Burning shoes. Burning shoes. Knocked. Not two.
There's still a team up top as well.
They love it when I turn up the bass.